Sideline of ball. Lakewood are doing it. They're going to take. He's going to bring down 30. Almost with a double kill. Dropping fast. Monopoint's there. He's still alive. Wait, no seconds left. He's got one side. He's got a second. He's taking it. They're all for die on three. They're all dead.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It's the Summit 2 by G2Way.com America. And, well, we are in day number 15, the last 2 days of the group stages before we make our way into the playoffs. Bringing you the coverage here over from Beyond the Summits, myself, Kyle Guy, in my own little cubicle in my room. Joining me from a couple of doors down is Brian. Brian, K-Poptosis, my friend. How you doing? Did you enjoy your snack?
Yeah, it was good. I just had a little chocolate protein shake that I had lying around.
Sounds delicious.
Dude, I'm still so sore. Me and LD went and did squats the other day at the gym. I'm feeling geriatric, dude.
Trying to impress the viewers. I see K-pop.
Stairs my own best friend. No, yeah, saying I need.
Yeah, I did 100 push-ups between games, just so you know. So 100, maybe 200. I lose count.
Well, some of us can eat whatever and not go to the gym and look good, and others.
Yeah. You know, I've trained myself to do sit-ups while sleeping. So. Okay. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Hey, enough about how great we are. Let's talk about the game at hand.
This is a bad in first.
This is a game right here. This is going to be quite the game. I'm looking forward to this one. I've been looking forward to this one since I saw the schedule, and I'm excited, man. These are two teams I definitely love. I know a lot of the players from both of the teams, and for as far as records go, Leviathan have what looks like safely secured their spot in the playoffs according to Liquipedia. They have secured the second position and will be going into the playoffs along with Not Today and Complexity. Now, Sneaky Nyx Assassins, Navi, US, Swag, even Gerg Squad and Infinity Stack all kind of in limbo at this point as far as how these games could turn out. Let's just say that Navi US really need this win if they want to even hold on to a fourth place spot.
They did it real bad. I think coming into Summit America, nobody would say that it would either Navi US or SNA would not even make the playoffs. But that's the situation we find ourselves in.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So Leviathan, a team that came through the pre-qualifiers to make it through here. I know they were a team that you kind of what's the word? Vouched for, got them into the pre-qualifiers. Team that's been around playing with each other for a while, maybe not at higher levels, but they definitely have stuck together and shown that teamwork and some friendship can overcome some hardships, and they've done exceptionally well. 8-2 across this so far, and they have a chance to knock out of playoff contention a team like Navi US who's not looking so hot. I don't know if this loss would completely knock them out, but it makes it look real bad.
Yeah, they've been in a funk, I guess you could say, safe for quite a while now with roster changes. The most recent one being Ush, now acquired by Navi US, which on paper you're like, this is a huge pickup to grab. And, what this does is this bumps now snaking over into an off-lane position. Ush takes the point as the #1. You still got Fogged repping your support, and Korok playing the mid laner. Now, today they are repping a stand-in, Leader of Tears. Normally in this spot would potentially be like Way2, has been one to stand in pretty frequently as the secondary support, but this time, for such an important game, they're going to be counting on Leader of Tears to kind of bring it home for them. It's interesting.
Right. And I might have spoke too soon saying it basically knocks them out from playoff contention. It would make they are 5-3 right now. They would go down to 5-4, which puts them a little bit behind Sneaky Nyx Assassins. But they do, after this game, they do, Navi US does have to play both Complexity, who has qualified at a 9-1 record, and then Union Gaming, who of course have not performed quite so well. So they can't count on a win against Complexity. Maybe they can count on a win against Union Gaming, but then that would just put them at the same marker as they are against SNA at the moment. So And who won that head-to-head between SNA and Navi US?
It was
It looks like SNA. So
yeah, and that was the debut of using Ush. It was like almost a bitter match because it was the trade or whatever it was just happened, and then the next day they have to play each other. And you got Brax on the side of Sneaky Nick's Assassins looking over at Ush on Navi US. It was quite interesting, but it was SNA who came out on top.
So if SNA beats Infinity Snack, if Navi US Infinity Snack,
still got snacks
Infinity
on the brain.
Stack, yeah, exactly. Then Navi US can't make it with the loss here. So
yeah, they need this win.
It's pretty important.
I think Navi US also play Union Gaming still.
Yes, yeah. I said they could basically count on that win. But
yeah, more than likely they should be able to pull in a W there, but a W here would definitely solidify a top contention spot. So
right,
there's still
it's
going
to be rough against they still have to play complexity too. Is the issue.
Navi do?
Navi do, yeah.
Let me see here. Do they? No, they do. You're right. And complexity, man, they look damn good. So as far as odds go, this is another one which a couple months ago you would never know. 54% to 46%. This is almost right dab down the middle. A slight edge for Navi US at the start of this. You would not have thought that. You would have thought it'd be like completely one-sided for the favor of Navi US. But now it's Leviathan who have the upper hand with their unorthodox strategies here. That first pick of Baden, which you already called out, that's something to definitely get you percolated, as we really never know with Leviathan. This could be a position for Baden. This could be a core Baden for all we know. But Ancient Apparition, this grab will prevent him and Witch Doctor and Viper's mech, if that's what he wanted to go for. They would put it all in the jeopardy now with an Ice Blast. Are you still looking
it's pretty. It's. I was just checking Skype for a second. Ancient Apparition does work really well against a Baden. If you can get that Ice Blast off before his borrowed time, then that's no healerino for him. Yeah. I actually played. I played a carry a Baden in one game, and I was so sad because the other team had an Ancient Apparition who got a really early Ags and just was zoned in on me the entire game. And I just was so sad. I was doing really well, and then he just started hitting his Ice Blast, and there was nothing I could do.
So what's the interaction then between Ice Blast and his ultimate? Does he just still get the heal regardless, or does his ult actually not work at all?
Nothing happens.
Oh, my God. Hey, what a beautiful pick here, I got to say, for Navi.
You can't get healed during it, and it doesn't purge it. Because you can't purge the actual
I think that's a solid grab, and Leviathan maybe not making that ban, considering they have 3 people now, because Viper typically gets a mech. Your mech's not going to be good. And Witch Doctor now, Voodoo Restoration, we've already seen, I think earlier today, a Voodoo Restoration get nullified out, I think in the first game against an AA. It could be rough stuff right now, so we'll see how it ends up working out. Navi, they're going down the road with the Lycan, which they did last time, I believe. No, that was not last time, but Lycan was all the craze yesterday. I think almost every game we saw first pick Lycan, it seemed.
It's good because it's kind of a hero that now that these other, like the Razor, the Skywrath, the Death Prophet, the Panda are still top tier picks. Lycan has kind of gotten to the point where he doesn't really get banned hardly ever. Oof. As we see an Axe pick up, so it's really easy to get a Lycan to just pick it. So I feel like Lycan is an insanely strong pick, but this Axe is what's
now you got this Axe here.
Speaking of tri-lanes, this would be a very interesting aggressive tri-lane with a Baden, Witch Doctor, and Axe.
Oh.
That's the old Lycan counter. Is Axe.
That is serious early game power coming in.
Right.
And
you just kind of run it to like it.
10 seconds.
They need this AA to find levels somehow, some way, at some point to be able to deal with the potential snowball he could build up with himself. And I agree, an aggressive tri-lane is something they could definitely consider. If they go with this 5th grab as someone who can hold down the fort and hold down their own, they can keep Viper in the mid lane and then have this person for a solo safe lane kind of position. So we'll see how it is. I mean, you want to be able to pressure this Lycan, and the
Axe is the hero to do it.
Yeah, and Axe is indeed the hero. Now, there could be trouble for Axe. You are going to be going against the AA. Even at the start, can do a little bit of work with Chilling Touch. You can never underestimate in a tri-lane of their own. That's 3 people benefiting from it. Like an easy 100 and, what is it? It's 50 per every 3 attacks times 3. Lots of numbers, lots of pain.
Radiant team
and here's the Pope of Pestilence himself.
I'm Necrophos, ugly and green as ever. But I did win last game, so.
Our very own Voldemort.
Yes. Oh.
Hence with chopped off nose and everything.
Yeah, he is ugly. That poor guy lost it in Nam or something. I don't know.
Dota Nam. He's much older than Nam, dude. Yeah. He lost that shit in Noxramas. He was around. He was a young tyke.
Oh, like I was there at the beginning. The beginning of it all. Aegis was in stores for 3 charges. Yeah. Those years. Anyway, so what they're going to look to round things out, the next pick is actually going to be in favor of Leviathan here, and I had already made the call that for their 5th pick, it will be someone to kind of take reins of potentially a solo safe lane position here. Now it has to be someone who, well, will have a Necrophos on the other side. So,
I'm trying to think of
here? Can't be too.
Oh gosh.
I mean, do you get someone like the Wraith King core they like to go for against Necrophos?
Wraith King would be okay. I think having a Weaver solo safe wouldn't be awful.
Radiant team pick.
I don't think it's particularly good because there's a fair amount of lockdown with the Ogre.
Yeah,
but that's the only on-target stun they have.
Yeah, I was actually going to call it the same exact thing, is that a Weaver might have an okay time because they don't have enough lockdown yet without this 5th pick to be able to just take control of him and get him down to that halfway life point.
Maybe even a Bat Rider isn't the worst. I mean, I feel like they need a little more late game presence than a Bat Rider, but it's something they could go for.
For Navi.
Nature's Prophet. No, Nature's Prophet got banned. Leviathan.
Oh.
A Sven.
This might be this could be a mid lane Sven and Viper doing the solo safe lane, but
yeah. Axe is going to be playing man coverage on the Lycan, I feel.
And the thing is that typically back in the day, Navi US used to be Snaking playing their Lycan, and he would play it mid, if I remember correctly. So do they change it up now and give him the point position, or is Ush still going to play his Lycan, possibly play it not in mid and maybe
10 seconds
in
remaining.
The side lane here? I'm sure they're quite bamboozled also with Leviathan and how the hell they're going to lane this. I mean, you got two big beefcakes right here, Axe and Sven, man. They're both swinging. And Navi don't want to be on the chopping block in this game. Certainly not.
Yeah, this is the chopping team. I like it.
Yeah, I got to make sure I got my Slam Jam ready to go for this one. That's for sure. So, ooh.
I got Enigma.
You know what? It works.
So this is a core ogre.
Oh.
No, it's a snaking Enigma.
Yep. This is Dota. Maybe could be because of the stand-in, and the stand-in maybe plays the other role better.
So Leader of Tears is not like you don't know who he is like behind the scenes, like if he's like some dude with a weird name.
I haven't looked at
that we actually know.
Steam profile, and you know, of course he's got a private, so you know,
right.
I'm a young juvenile and I want to make a funny name, and so be it. No one needs to know my true identity. So
sounds like a way too name.
I mean, it could even just be way too, but unfortunately I don't know. If we get the hidden gist and someone in chat knows, they can yell at me if they want, and I'll bring forward that information if it's presented. But for now, we're just gonna call him Leader.
He was drafting. I'm pretty sure that is way too then.
Really? Oh.
He was actually drafting.
Okay.
It's got to be way too if that's the case.
All right. Well,
it's always like he had names like Kiss Smooch You once. Like he's just got way too likes his weird names.
I would just feel bad if we kept calling him way too, and the guy's like, "I'm Leader of Tears. I'm not way too. I'm trying to make a name for myself." But you're probably right. If he's the captain,
I'm pretty sure it's way too.
Then it's got to be the way too factor. So all right. Well, with that, we're going to go ahead, get underway, start the game off. This is our 3rd match. We got one more America Dota game coming for you after this one, but now we got Leviathan versus Navi US. Oh, yeah, that's right, Witch Doctor. We're going to go ahead and get things started. I love Witch Doctor's dialogue. It's like the best in the game. Jenkins is going to be playing your Axe. Man, he loves to play these rambunctious, out-of-the-box characters. Pudge, Axe.
I love that.
That's great. That makes for great Dota, spicy Dota.
He's even rocking the Summit 1. Right? Yeah.
Look at that. What a player. What a guy. And we'll see if he can take it home here.
The Rampant Outrage, is that... I didn't think it was Immortal. No, that's the Immortal helm. Never mind.
What?
It looks kind of like... Is our helmet Immortal?
I don't know, dude. We should know
I'm pretty sure it's not an Immortal.
We should know this.
Yeah.
New Shimbo.
It looks kind of like it, but I'm pretty sure it's not.
Playing your support, Abaddon, Sunken, support Witch Doctor. Mid lane, it's going to be Shibby once again. He's playing your Viper. That leaves Shredder. Going to be shredding it up in a solo safe lane position as your Sven. So we were expecting this aggressive tri-lane to come out. It is the tri-lane we expected. They're going to keep Viper mid, and they're going to have Sven actually do solo safe lane. How much regen did they give him? 4 tangos and a salve. we'll see how he fares up here. He's going to be going against Snake King. I don't even know if he expects this. But as the horn does sound and the wards pop up, Sven picks up his haste. Brian, my good friend and fellow, if you're available, would you like to do the Navi US introductions?
Let's do that. Leader of Tears, a.k.a. who we think is way too sexy. It sure does seem that is the case. He's going to be playing the Ogre Magi. Joining him at the top lane is Korok Boop. Also joining them is Fog, playing up the Ancient Apparition. In the mid lane will be Ush, playing the Lycanthrope. And in the bottom lane, we'll see the off-lane Snake King Enigma. Yeah, that's a throwback.
They counted on this. I mean, they picked that Enigma last. They should have expected what the lane situation was going to be. I mean, we called it out for being the aggro try. I'm sure they knew. So, you know, this is something they had plotted for here, and I'm curious to see how it fares against this kind of Sven right now. I mean, Sven doesn't have early advantage of getting the cleave in the early game, so he could have his hands full here with this Enigma. I kind of like the call here from Navi US.
Yeah, I agree. Not since King J have I seen this Enigma off lane. It's been quite a while. But I think it's okay. Your hero's kind of slow. 300 base move speed's not the best. You don't really have much of an escape. Your stun's okay. You're really susceptible.
They are
is the main
really
issue here.
Dancing up here. Back and forth.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, Axe just keeps going at them. They step back. Leader Tier's now down to half-life, forced to pull out more regen. He's only down to 1 tango here. But Axe is away and not finding CS, which is good. But they also are getting a bit of Howl damage that he keeps throwing out. The Lycanthrope could surprise you. Howl and Chilling Touch together could lead to some serious right-click if they want it. But Viper actually goes down in your mid lane. I tried to get it at the last second there, but jumping well behind the tower, dancing about. Ush is able to get a kill. I mean, he actually does not get the kill per se, so it's not your first blood, I guess, yet. But Viper goes down mid lane.
I think it was just kind of an overcommitment there.
Yeah, it's just hard to keep your eyes away from top lane. That's the thing. They are constantly just playing footsie with each other. Just a jab thrown here, a jab thrown there. It's really hard to make sure everything else is going swimmingly for the other lanes. But Sven's finding his time as far as CS now. He's got Sunken down here by his side. He's at 11-2 above Snake King, who's only 2-5 on the Enigma.
Yeah, I mean, the idea here is just, you know, being able to sit back and farm with your Eidolons and try to stay relatively safe. And you can deny creeps. It's not terribly unlike trying to play like Lich off lane. Which we actually saw the other day. I can't remember who played it, but it's it's really good at keeping the creep equilibrium back towards your tower.
Yeah,
staying safe, because if Lord knows if you actually have to go past your tower, you are not safe as Enigma.
Yeah, so he for now is going to try to use that advantage of the Eidolon usage to bring it all the way back. Jenkins making a call out for lag, so we'll have a bit of pause to wait over this hiccup.
While we have this pause, you can tweet him at Jenkins Dota, because he is indeed lonely.
He says that, but I'd have to feel by now he's getting at least a little bit of loving at this point. So maybe I'll have to look at it after this.
Got a couple of groupies?
I mean, for how much I do admire their team and how well they've been playing, I probably should consider actually checking out the Twitter. Trying to be a pretty good friend in that front.
I'll follow him right now.
Wow, and you should too. Anyone watching, go check out Jenkins Dota. And you know what? While you're at it, Navi US, they have a couple of chappy lads themselves. My boy Ush in mid lane, holding down the fort. I'm sure he's got a great Twitter. He actually just started streaming. You know, he's trying to get into that whole scene. We'll pray for him. But like in mid lane, man, he did not get a part of that first blood, kind of, but he was there and he lived and he got to pursue and hold down the fort in the mid lane. He's 10-2, but Shibby is still 12-5 on the Viper. I don't expect Lycan to really have the best time here, but he is surviving, and Viper did go down.
Dude, this is a really sick Abaddon set.
Let me see this thing right now before.
Every single one of them every single one of them is corrupted, which is cool. Doesn't really mean anything; it's just a rarity. But I really like his helm. I like Abaddon sets. Most Abaddon sets are pretty good that I've seen.
I would have figured that a lot of workshop people wouldn't like to do a lot of Abaddon sets because there's a horse involved, and that's what I heard for at least Coddle. But
that's kind of tough.
Man, look at that! Yeah, all corrupted. What a hard ass.
Yeah,
well, Leviathan's a team that love their cosmetics. If you didn't already know, I mean, I'm sure they're using the golden. What are they using right now for the courier? Yeah, Golden Doomling. They have that. They have the the Platinum Roche as well. You know, I've seen them pull out the Dragon Claw Hook. I've seen them pull out the Shredder Alpine Ursa in a game, in a tournament match. It might have been qualifier or maybe very early group stages, but I was just like, can we take this moment to appreciate an Alpine set in the freaking game, in a competitive game? When does that happen? No one really plays Ursa as much, but even having that as well, it's pretty fantastic. But here we go. We are going to get the game back and underway after that brief hiccup. It's going to be Jenkins, who's feeling pretty good and back in it.
Hopefully his lag will subside. I'd hate to have that mar what is sure to be a good game.
Yes, of course. This is a very important game, and we want only the best and most equal opportunity for both teams to kind of get the most out of their opponage. Korok here, top lane. You know, the answer back pick, or Necrophos here, going against an Axe, I mean, he'll always have his number later in the game with that Reaper Scythe, of course. So I feel like Leviathan, they're looking to get a lot done in the early to mid game. And Navi US, they could have a pretty good advantage in the late game here. I mean, do you put a lot on the back of a Sven to kind of carry it home for Leviathan, or do you think as well they're more mid game based with a semi-carry potential?
They're pretty. I don't know. At the same time, they're going up against a dual core of Necro Lycan, which is not the most late game either. I would say they scale just about the same. Navi US probably has a bit more burst pushing power, but Leviathan probably 5-man's better. So it's kind of just, I think it's just going to come down to execution, and I feel like I've been saying that a lot recently, but I think it really is just going to come down to general strategy and execution to determine who's going to win. I don't think one team really does much better after the 25-minute mark than the other.
I can get back on that. I certainly can. And we'll have to see. I mean, there's definitely potential for either team to really get the upper hand. One good Ice Blast from Navi US can hinder a lot of the sustained potential from Leviathan, though if it's not on the mark, Leviathan have all that benefit, and they could put up a huge, huge front here. So
we're going to see an attempt at a smoke gank mid. We'll see if Way Too Fogged can get... Shibi's playing pretty far back. I think he's feeling his spidey senses tingling.
Yeah. He's in a great position to be well behind the tower, and you know, unfortunately, they're waiting.
Yeah, and the smoke's going to run out.
They have to go back. Time wasted. Unfortunately, they're not going to get a hold of the precious Viper, and they will step themselves out. And they even
they're going for a really aggressive put here. They're going to try to get Nusham, and I don't think
they have a ward. They have a ward on the cliff, so Leviathan know that the rotation's there, and they're going to be waiting again for a while before someone pops out. And Shredder bottom lane, he's still finding reasonable CS. 27-5, make it 28-5 as Snake King now steps back with a Malphus of his own. He's got his Soul Ring, but farm, it's 12-10. I wonder how long he stays here and waits it out until he gets his level 6 maybe, and tries to put a Black Hole to use. Ush though
Shibi
is in trouble. Yeah, Shibi gets a nice Viper Strike here, and Ush is going to be orb walked down, and he will be the first official first blood of the game, and none other than Shibi's going to strike back with a little bit of redemption getting it.
Yeah, good job there by just, wearing him down and being able to use the Viper Strike. He's going to be going for his treads, yeah. I saw the Gloves of Haste, and I was worried for a second that was going to be a Midas, but he's just finishing up his treads.
Gets the treads. Now your Viper, off to a swimmingly good time here in the mid lane, is going to grab up his bounty rune there and head right on back. Top lane, this Axe and Abaddon, they're doing a reasonable job. Are they preventing Korok, though, from farming? Are they getting kills? No and no. Korok has 36 and 12 CS, doing very, very nicely for himself. Axe is only 10-0. Abaddon has 5-0. So, Leviathan's aggro tri-lane, or what started as a tri-lane, now just this aggro dual lane, not really getting a lot done.
I consider this a pretty big failure for them, because 38 last hits versus the 13 on the Axe is just not what you want out of an aggressive tri-lane.
So where do we split it, or is it felt playing split down the middle? Is Korok's getting a lot of farm, but so Sven on the bottom lane getting a lot done. But mid lane, it's pretty back and forth. Viper was the first to go down, then Ush handed over the first blood, so maybe a slight edge for Shibi. So you could kind of say vaguely that maybe Leviathan have the slight upper hand as far as the laning stage.
Yeah, they've won the two other lanes pretty firmly. Snake King has just decided he's going to rotate into the jungle, which I was expecting, and they're going to let Way 2 come bottom here and get some levels and maybe the semblance of farm.
looking to hopefully not get caught out. With his takedown, would that tower as well go down? So for now, he's just trying to slow them down with a bit of Ignite. Top line, though, they make a nice jump in on Snake King, and they do get him down. They lose their axe in exchange. It's an off-laner for your big tanky axe, while bottom lane, they do take down that tier 1 tower. They were also trying to see if they can get wave 2. They can't. So it's going to be 1-for-1 here as they break even, but still, Leviathan come out a little bit better, grabbing that tier 1 tower.
Yeah, it's looking pretty decent for Leviathan. Like I said, winning 2 of these lanes, and now they're going to go on Korok.
Oh,
extra movement speed from this Battle Hunger. Not level 6 yet.
He has no mana. Oh, he needs help. He gets called. Now Korok in big trouble, and he's going to keep going because he has the shield.
The Fog Shield's going to pop? Oh, no.
He's fine. He's got the heal, and now he's the one on the run here. The rotation comes in from wave 2, and he slows him down very nicely with the Ignite.
And Korok, nowhere close.
Fog's like, smell my butt here, sir. And they will right-click him down, and unfortunately Jenkins just went a little too far. And Nusham with no mana, no real support to kind of aid him about.
Yeah, without his slam jam there, he just wasn't going to get the kill.
Yeah. The eyes were on the prize. A takedown of Korok would have been pretty devastating to the lane that they were actually getting the better of. So, a valiant effort, but Korok has the sustain, has the levels to heal himself to a nice level, and now he has about 1,800 gold here, and I'm curious to see Korok. We see many flavors of Necrophos built up. Just previously we saw the Atos build. Others we see the early mech, a Blink Dagger, an Agnum's Rush. We'll see what Korok's style is.
It's a Void Stone on the Courier.
Stone on the Courier.
So maybe be a Yules?
Yules? Yules is
I like Yules. I love Yules. I mean, the movement speed's fantastic, and we've seen just how strong Yules is as an item. Like, it's just been trending for a while. So I think it's a good pickup.
The only other thing possibly I could think of is a Lincoln's maybe, but
Dyer's
Yules seems to be a
tower
better
is under
suited
attack.
match. You can
I mean,
him up in the
a
air.
sheep this early is just too much and too expensive.
Yeah.
And honestly, same with the Lincolns on a Necrophos.
All right, so we do have our Ice Blast now online and ready. Fog has reached level 6. He shot his first one mid lane. It did connect, but only level 1. Shibby, we'll see what he decides to go for. Now that you have this Ice Blast on the other team, you might want to step away from the mechanism kind of a grab and maybe just instead go straight for, I don't know, finishing out some drums and then going right for an Agnum's thereafter.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Korok getting kind of... Okay, he decides to not... for a second there, I thought he was going to do some Korok plays and go after this Abaddon, but he thinks better of it.
Yeah, you can't always Korok that hard on a Necro. He's a little too sluggish right now. I mean, if he gets a Blink Dagger, maybe he can Korok a little bit, but for right now, he's just coring. He'll just kind of wait back a bit. Nusham's trying to get up, and he's at level 7 here for your Abaddon. That's not too shabby on a support. He's got the levels online, but he needs to pick up a little bit of extra gold, but he's going to be a hard one to take down here. He's got his ult, but if he gets this Ice Blast off, it would be big. They think about making a go, but Nusham is too quick and walks away.
Yeah, not a whole lot going on at this moment. Just a little bit of, chess movement.
Yeah.
Letting some supports get some levels. Way 2 finally gets his level 6. He's got multicast online. Fog has his as well.
Viper's
all
been
the sports are level 6.
pretty much
actually,
left alone here in the mid lane. Ogre did occupy the lane for a little bit and did get to his level 6. Ush had been taking the time instead to find a bit of solo farm in this jungle here, trying to go right for the Vlads. We'll see when the right time is to go for the Roche, the sneaky Roche here. He's on the dire side as you're liking, which is a small perk. It's not as big of a perk as it used to be in its old spot, but still something a little bit right there for them. And
this is a very interesting build from Shredder, going Soul Ring, Mask of Madness.
Wow.
Oh, and he's going to get Ice Blasted here with a Mask of Madness on.
Uh-oh. On the run back, Ignite's going to be there. It's going to be Navi US looking to go for a counterplay here. There's the big heal, and Korok quickly takes down Shredder. Makes quick work of him, and they rotate a lot for it, but they take down the core Sven with it. And Korok's the one to pick up the kill, and it is the Yules, and the Yules is complete. So I couldn't ask for anything more.
I think more people should probably be building Yules on Necro. Just because it's such a cheap item. It gives you 40 flat movement speed, which is ridiculous. It's not even percentage based like most other items like drums or other abilities that give percent movement speed. it's just so strong. And we've seen how good the active is, especially against Blink heroes. If Axe goes Blink in this game, Eul's will be a great way to deal with him.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And it looks like that's what he's doing. He's got 7,800 in the bank.
You're an Axe, you got to go for a Blink. And even if you feel like it might not work, always, you just got to get it.
It's just such a good pickup. And like you can make sure the Ice Blast is going to hit with it. You can make sure that you can set up a black hole with it. It's just such a good item.
Yeah, which, speaking of, yet to see that first big black hole here from Snake King. I want it. I want the big hole reveal itself in front of me, and I want to enjoy it.
Oh no, is Wussy like it? Hush.
Radiant's top tower.
Oh boy, Shredder will eat the back end of the Ice Blast. No, he will not. I guess he will. And so will Viper as they go back out, but it is going to be a tower takedown. It wasn't denied, right? No, it was destroyed. Destroyed. Navi has picked the extra bit of gold up. Meanwhile, mid lane, they're doing a little bit of split push. It's Ush here. Ooh, nice multi, though. Catches on Sunken. The Witch Doctor are going to be forced to pull out the Restoration. Walk away from this one a little bit.
Look at it go.
And he's going to look at it go, as they do get a hold of. And the Viper Strike here. Immediate TP reaction. An immediate escape from your way 2.
Yeah, quick reaction for way 2 there. And always smart. That's why you should always have a TP, kids.
Yes. Always have a TP.
And always floss. Those are the 2 things in life you need to remember.
There are 3 things I will leave you with before I go is buy a TP, floss your teeth. Get life
I do neither of those things. Alright, we see the Ice Blast going on to Shredder.
Yep. It's a good start, but it's enough to just kind of throw a little snowball at him and say, get the hell out of here. That's about it. Snake King now on your, he's already got the mechanism here on your Enigma. What do we go for next here? Do we go right for a Foundation BKB? Do we get the Blink? Do we care for the mobility here?
I'm a fan of the puppy just rush the BKB because it's just one of those things where the threat of the black hole is almost as bad as the black hole. You don't really need to blink to use it. You just need to kind of run at them. And if they don't
they'll
disperse
quick. Yeah.
If they don't disperse, then you can just pop BKB and use it. And if they do, then you kind of did your job anyway.
I mean, if you think about it, Navi US have a team that you just always want to be dispersed. You don't want to be eating tremendous heal damage from your Necrophos and that aura. Ice Blast wants to keep you spread. And Black Hole, I mean, you got positioning problems if you're on the side of Leviathan as far as where you need to be at the right time. Now they make the Euls here on Viper. Ice Blast secures an easy land, multicast, and Reaper Scythe with the cherry on top. I don't know what to say. Wrap it up and sell it to someone. It was just beautiful.
And he is dead for 72 seconds. Woo! What should only be a 44-second respawn timer is nearly
20 some odd seconds of
the zoning.
Look at the zoning death ward. I like it.
He used it to kill off the. I don't even. I mean, he can target the thing. He didn't hit. He didn't hit any heroes with it. He just let it kill creeps, which is odd.
Maybe he was trying to just scare them, like, oh, a death ward, let's go. But they weren't deterred. In fact, Shredder might be in trouble. He's already getting scouted out from these wolves. Korok's like, how you doing there? I'm Old Man Necrophos. Here's a heal. There's a Fire Blast, a Snowball later. Shredder, you're done. And AA is going to get the kill on that one, but a jump in from Max. Going to get redemption here. Oh, that Eul's already going to work. Throws him up. But there's your jam. He gets one off right there. Can he get another on Korok, though? That's the big question. He's chasing forward, but yeah, we're not going to get the Slam Wish. Without the mana, can they still get the kill? They can. And my Busters. What is it? I don't know what the hell he said, but Necrophos is out. Done for 7-5, 2-for-1 trade. Wowie.
Yeah, just as I was thinking, it was looking really bad for Leviathan. They get a pick off there, and they're not going to get a pick off on Fog there. So it's still Navi US's game to lose, I believe. I think it's a very good draft from them, and they've executed the early game well. But Leviathan, they're keeping in it. They're taking some objectives right now. I think Jigen's going to take this tower down. He'll get Ice Blasted, but I don't think it'll be enough to... Maybe it'll be enough to push him back, yeah, with Way 2 coming in, and this tower's in deny range. So another win for Navi US here.
Navi get a nice deny right there. Your Invis is on bottom. It's already scouted out, but it's going to be Ush who bottles it up. Ush he'd been farming up quite a bit past couple of minutes. He's almost thrown together a BKB now. Very nice grab. Indeed
a pretty good creep hitter.
He is good at finding the PVM here. That's absolutely for certain here. He recently went on his trip with his SNA gang to Taiwan, I believe, yeah, for MSI Beat It.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was with SNA because they were in the group stages together with that roster, so he finished out that run with his team. I believe they did not go very far, but they tried. They went on a journey, and now they're back, and they're looking to
Just
stand strong.
Look at this puck ward. This is I've never seen this. It doesn't actually touch the ground. It's so odd.
Wait. Let me get on this before action breaks out. You're right. It's just a puck. It's like a puck.
I've never seen that.
Fancy ward. Meanwhile, jumping in the jungle, it's Jenkins. He gets a hold of Korok here, but does he have the damage? I don't think he does.
No,
ooh, convenient multi-slam. He's like, I got a slam for you, buddy. Here's a slam of your own. Oh, welcome to the jam, at least. I don't know. But one of the two. He gets it done. Korok fights right back. 8-5. Na'Vi continue to push ahead. Next item investment is a Blink Dagger, and that's the Korok item we want. That's it.
I like Blink on Necro a lot. Just make certain that you can be in position to get that Reaper Scythe off, because it's the 30 flop respawn edition is so strong. Like 42, like this axe is still dead for 40 seconds.
Oh man, though, Way2 is going to go down. He got caught out with a lot right there. The Ice Blast that was going to hopefully lead things off to a pretty good fight is not doing anything. But you know what? Space created as Ush.
Doesn't matter, got Roche.
Will got Roche. Worth. Hashtag double and hashtag smiley clown mouth. I don't know, dude. Twitter things. But yeah, big grab there for Ush as he's got his BKB now complete, near 800 gold. This Lycan's looking to creep on Leviathan's team and surprise them by quickly taking down pushes on the side, I would imagine, here. And still, I don't think we've seen a black hole yet this game. Am I right? No black hole yet?
I don't think so.
He's level 11. He didn't level up black hole. What, 8, 9, 10? Yeah, he did not level it up. So we won't have precious level 2 black hole. It does cost a bit more mana, I guess, at the next level. I don't know. I'm trying to justify why he wouldn't level it up.
You usually don't level it up.
Oh! Lots of gold at least. All those creeps there creating big procs, but the mech immediately comes out. Fog safe for now. The black hole might save him. He does go down. Snake King, though, valiant effort. Unfortunately, he could fall. Oh, nice grab right there. The Mystic Pulse, man. He does so much damage. Snake King, though, will end up going down. It's Nusham who grabs a kill on the back end of that Apothic Shield, and it goes for a 2-for-1 trade in that bottom.
Dire's structures are fortified.
That was a very good fight for Leviathan there, actually. I was surprised that Enigma was actually able to do so much damage through the Berserker's Call bonus armor, but with Howl and Chilling Touch on, he does a lot of bonus damage. Up top, Shibby, he's going to throw out an ult onto Korok.
Oh, the Maldek's there, and that's a big Death Ward. Big Death Ward, big Maldek, which he has at level 3. Korok wasn't going anywhere. And they thought they could make something happen there in the top, even making an immediate blink forward, but quickly approached with slam to the face. This is now 9-9. We've evened the game up with that kill. Net worth, though, still in control by both Korok and Ush.
And yeah, back to Enigma. The vast majority of players don't level up Black Hole just because it is an increase in mana for a very negligible increase in. It's just a damage increase, and at the end of the day,
you want to hold people there.
Yeah, it's not really about the damage.
Midnight Pulse is what can help bring in the serious parts of the damage.
Midnight Pulse is insane in regards to how much damage it does across the.
I agree with that. We'll see here. It's Snake King. He's going to do what you said, the puppy thing here. He's got his Ogre Club. He's going to go right for the BKB build, it looks like, which I personally am also a big fan of. I'd rather secure my holes.
Yep.
You know, before just trying to hope you can get a big jump in. Against a team like this, there's a lot of stun there. There's a cast that could be bouncing around, the Stormhammer or whatever coming out from Sven.
There's a lot of things that can ruin your holes out there in this world.
There's a lot here that can make your hole look pretty sad real quick.
Make it shrink right up.
Yeah. Just absolutely curling here as they move down. Na'Vi US smoked up. Maybe looking for an opportunity to open up here on the mid lane as Shredder confidently standing in the lane, but could be bait here. We have 2 Leviathan members waiting behind him, both supports. But no, overall not a lot coming out of it. Axe was split pushing there in the bottom, bringing in more levels. He's got level 2 ultimate now. That higher threshold would certainly help. He's going to go right for the Crimson Guard in this game as well, which I guess would help against the Eidolons. Will be a little bit limited damage. The Wolves, limited damage there. I guess overall, just it can always help a little bit to have that extra bit of utility on your team, you know?
Indeed.
Oh, boy.
Shibby, he might get caught out here. Ush is going to scout him out. Here comes Way2. The stun's going to be there.
Oh, multi. A 3 times multi. Very nice. With a ×2 ignite, why not? Boom.
Reaper Scythe.
But I don't think It was the Reaper Scythe
did he die
kill.
before the Reaper Scythe?
Something. Ogre blew him up beforehand.
Wow, because usually it just gives the damage any kill under this effect, so the Reaper Scythe didn't actually take effect even though we saw
Ush
it.
might be in trouble here. He does have BKB still to use. Meldick is on him, however. He's brought down to half-life, but they're pushing on forward. They want to get a hold of more members here. The Yules is going to come back. They get Shredder. They throw him up in the air. Ush is very, very low. They just step back with the Storm Handle. Now he does have the Aegis, so he will pop back up. Will he pull out the Shapeshift at this point? Well, it's still on cooldown.
It's on cooldown.
He doesn't have it. He already used it, apparently.
How did that Reaper Scythe not take effect on the Viper? We saw the animation, but Necro always, if it ever gets affected with it, he gets... Yeah.
Well,
that's
bottom
very strange.
lane, Jenkins could fall here. Big damage coming out from your Ogre and Snake King. Is he going to drop a hole here? No, he's waiting, steps back. Axe is still alive, chops down the Eidolons very quickly, and he will live on. Lots of regen on his side, plus the aid coming in from Abaddon. He's not going to be one to fall. Though it doesn't cost a lot from Na'Vi US. They don't expend, obviously, the Black Hole, and just a little bit of mana from your Ogre is all.
Yes. The Enigma, now that I'm thinking about it, the Enigma pick is a little odd against Axe. They have to be really careful to make sure that he isn't attacking Axe with his Eidolons in the middle of a fight, because that's a lot of free spins.
Yep. Could see an Axe quickly throw on his ballet shoes and pirouette away into a slaughter. There with Crimson Guard now complete. He's heading right towards these stacked camps. But they're not going to be for him. No, they're going to hold that out for Sven. More gold there on the side for them to move towards. Sven has his BKB. Still waiting for him to pull together some big, big damage if he wants to try to take this game right back and away from this farmed Lycanthrope as well as Necrophos. But we'll have to see how it goes here. He's going to even wait out for the next stack? I'm not too sure. But let's see. I think it's still pretty good for Na'Vi here. Ush has been pretty inactive as a Lycanthrope as far as objectives go, but he's finding plenty of farm for himself. He's actually almost got his AC. He's working with really good timing. BKB, Vlad's, Power Treads, Hyperstone.
Yeah, he was able to secure the Roche as well relatively early with the Enigma. Like Enigma Lycan is like the easiest sub 15-minute Russian or sub 15-minute Russian of your life. I guess it was a little earlier than 20 minutes actually. But in Korra going for the Aghanim Scepter relatively early, but they're using it a lot, so why not have it do just a bit more damage?
I like it. I like it. Now you're out, and you're out for good. No buybacks for you, sir, if Korok is the one to have the say. And also, the BKB complete on your Enigma. He just needs to step back and get that put into his pocket, and now you have BKB Black Holes. Big, big grab for them as well. Na'Vi US's team fight is going to become a lot more scary in the next possible engagement.
We'll see if Leviathan wants to continue pushing this and try to take down this tower. This could be a really intense fight if they decide to do it.
We'll see here, Ush is waiting on the side. He's already not used his BKB yet, still full 10 seconds to work with on Ush. But there we go, Viper Strike goes out. They're thinking about making a move. They dive forward for Viper, and they do get him with the Ag side. He's out for 84 seconds, no comeback, and that's a big black hole on 3 from Snake King. Now, Way2 trying to follow it up with a bit of damage. Now, Ush finally comes forward after finishing off Shredder, which was the prize target. They've taken down 3 for 1 of Fog. Now, they get another. They move forward, can get it again. A triple kill for Ush is huge for Na'Vi at this point in the game. Relatively quiet, but it was just the calm before the storm, and Na'Vi US, they're bringing umbrellas.
Yep. Leviathan realized that I honestly feel like with the farming that Na'Vi US has done, they've just done a better job of farming up the map, getting levels on their heroes, and Leviathan was feeling it kind of ticking away, kind of slipping out of their hands in terms of the control in the game. Felt like they had to do something and pushed and took a fight that they really didn't have any business taking. It's tough trying to take a fight there this early into the match.
That's definitely the biggest, most significant fight of the game for either team. And Na'Vi are loving it. They move forward. Sunken might be in big trouble here. He's trying to delay for the Reaper Scythe. It looks like it's 3 more seconds, but now he might get caught out from Shredder, and he will. Maldek's there, but plus the big damage coming out. He throws out a Reaper Scythe just to throw it out, but he will still go down. He was maybe hoping to get him stalled out briefly for an escape, but with Jenkins right there, there was no escape. Yep. Too far forward.
I think this has just been a pretty rough game for Jenkins. He's 2-6. He really hasn't been able to counter the Lycan like I think this pick was meant to do. Ush has kind of had relatively free reign. He's farming up extremely fast.
Yep.
Highest on net worth by a fairly significant margin.
Roche is almost up as well. He'll be able to go that. No
Leviathan
problem.
just hasn't farmed well enough, I think, is their entire issue right now. I think it's still relatively even in terms of the draft. I think in terms of I think Navi had the slightly better draft, just with the AA to counter the Baden.
But we're seeing a 2 and 6 axe. You're hoping for plays like you would with Jenkins playing like a Pudge, where you're starting to bring in a lot in the mid game.
Exactly.
But it's not quite been there this go around for Leviathan. And Navi US have plenty of extra space to work with for a lot of heroes who benefit a lot more from more farm and will only continue to get stronger and stronger, while your Axe, who has not gotten those kills, does have reasonable farm with a Crimson and Blink, but his true potential in these actual team fights begins to plateau a little bit, I feel.
So Leviathan, I'm trying to think about how they're going to win the game here, and they're just going to be maybe get a bit unique with their smoke ganks. I would say they need to be smoke ganking a bit more here, try to take some fights, get some pickoffs, because they can't really 5-mana push down towers anymore. Navi US is simply too farmed. They're doing a really good job of responding to any pressure that Leviathan gives them. They're actually probably going to go in for a Roche here.
Yeah, they see at least a couple of people in the top lane area for Leviathan, and this is now getting Navi US a bit interested in possibly sneaking in for a Roche here. It is up and at the ready. Snaking's going to be the one there to scout it on out. Ush is already nearby. He's farming up those Ancients with the aid of those Eidolons. And now we'll see if Leviathan, who have smoked up, they're actually hunting through Navi US territory in their woods, but Navi US ain't there. Navi US now moving into the Roche pit, looking to take it down pretty dang quick here as Ush has his AC. Pretty big right click coming out, and he's going to be going for a Basher soon. But look who it is, Leviathan. They move in from back. They know what's happening now. Ice Blast could be there. Does make its way through Axe. Ush jumps away from Roche, and now will go on hot pursuit. They lock him in place. They finish him off.
Just enough damage.
Just enough of the right-click extra coming in from Ush. Could even crit it to just bring it down at that threshold. And
this is really bad for Leviathan now. Their Axe is down for 75 seconds. This rush is going to go the way of Navi US.
And they even get an Ignite on Sven, so he can't blink anywhere. It's just great zone potential. Navi US just get what they want. They get the Roche, no problem. Lycan picks it up. Leviathan lose their Axe and could be losing hope as far as what they could do as far as defense, you know?
Yep, they're going to push with 4 in the mid lane, and they're going to make the very smart decision of singing Snaking down here bot to pressure that as well. With the Axe down, they can afford to do this.
Still got 45 seconds. That plus 30 seconds getting ready to be expended right now. It's just, he would have been about coming back to life right now, but now he's got to wait even longer. Nusham
sunken with the Axe now, though. We'll see if this can be the difference.
Now they do. A lot of damage on Death Ward, but yeah, he has to quickly take that Death Ward and run the hell home as they just kind of storm on through. They still managed to finish off Nusham. The Ice Blast lands, so he wasn't getting any more heal benefits, and he simply goes down. Now Ush ascends the stairs. Axe still not alive. 10 more seconds, then he's finally back in and ready to fight, but Navi are looking to get the best out of this small window of time to try to take it into the high ground and get as much damage. Now Shredder, even with DD, Ush is not pulling back. He's got the Aegis, so he's like, go ahead, do what you gotta. I'm taking this tier 3, and now they maybe look to pull back. Snake King, BKB and Black Hole at the ready. Is he gonna pull it out here?
No,
big damage on Shivy. Viper is just gonna get right-clicked home. There's your jump in. Axe does catch 3. Do they have enough follow-up with the cleave? Nope, there's your Black Hole. It comes through, connects on both Sven and Axe. Oh, Ice Blast there, ult from Korok. It's just absolutely devastating as... Yes, they're all dead, LD, even from remotely. So let us know. All of Leviathan have fallen. Navi US come up huge in this one. Big fight mid.
Get their Aghanim Scepters.
Yeah,
this is over.
It's all ogre now. Way to put together a pretty nice draft. And it looks like Navi US, they pull together a nice win that puts them right up on the standings. Well into tiebreaker scenario now. An extra win would... Go ahead, man.
Go ahead, please.
I think maybe an extra win might secure the 4th spot. We'll have to look at it after this game and find out for sure.
It might, yes. And they have Union Gaming to play who have not played very well, so it might be good for them.
Yes.
I think this game is going to be really good for Leviathan, actually, because it doesn't hurt their chances in the playoffs. They're already there.
Yes.
But I feel like this is a game that's really good to analyze for them. Yeah, they're going to be able to see that this game is pretty even, but as we see, an attempt here, a Hail Mary, Team fight.
Pretty decent damage here, but Ush, persistent as ever with that high mobility, steps back after getting a quick takedown there on Axe, but Snake King pretty low, and regardless, it's going to be Navi US who walk away, taking down the throne, and Leviathan will take in a loss after a pretty hot streak by them and securing themselves into the playoffs. It's Navi US who will be able to keep on fighting and try to get a hold of a playoff spot of their own.
Right. Like I said, I think this is going to be a very good loss for Leviathan in a lot of ways, because they can look at this replay and see just how Navi took advantage of the game. Even the kill score was relatively even just by farming up a lot more efficiently across the map. That aggressive tri-lane just do its job. Korok kind of got out of control in terms of how much CS he was able to get, considering the amount of resources that Leviathan put towards shutting him down. So I think this is good for both teams, honestly. Navi stays alive with a chance to get to the America playoffs. It's actually looking pretty good for them if they can take a win in a game that they are very much the favorite in. So, yeah, good game all around. I think Leviathan, probably, I expected a little bit more from them considering their performance so far, but Navi US just full of veterans.
Yeah, we should be seeing that match tomorrow and the rest of the group stages tomorrow and finish out and find out who will make it into the playoffs. With that win, of course, Navi US push up to a 6-3 record, unless this was already pre-updated. They currently sport a 5-3, it looks like. Now could be 6-3 for team. I'm losing my mind here. Leviathan.
US.
Leviathan. Yeah, they get 8-2 now, or 8-3.
Yeah, 8-3. Yes.
8-3. Okay, so they're 8-3 now. Still have a nice playoff spot. Navi West, they are 6-3. This actually puts them up ahead of Sneaky Nick's Assassins, who are currently in the 4th spot at 6-4. But obviously, if Navi are to lose against Union Gaming and they pull out their first win, we could have some tiebreakers for a 4th place contention.
Crazier things have happened in Dota.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Dota after all. Thank you so much. We do have one more game coming your way. If you like what you heard, catch me over my Twitter at CoddleGuy. Catch my great co-caster Brian over at his Twitter at KPoptosis. We got one more match to come. It's going to be Gerg Squad taking on Root Gaming. We'll be back with that game in just a moment. Sit tight.